Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So I'm back with some more reviews and the reason I'm going to review these following characters is because tomorrow for my server time, MiHoYo will be announcing their 2.5 preview live stream. So at the time of this video, that's where I'm posting this right now, right before the announcement. And as I've already said in my previous rerun predictions video, the updated one, and as you've also probably seen from other YouTubers and streamers for this game, that Kokomi is likely going to be rerun in 2.5 because her last appearance was in 2.1. So that's where we're going with this. There are no leaks here, but it is highly expected that she will be rerunning, and she'll be one of them, of course. So we're going to do the review now, and I have recently rebuilt her, so I feel like this is very timely. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, and in case you're wondering also, I have been active on my Discord server, so please do feel free to join me there, and I'll chat with you there as well. So anyway, let's get started with this review. So on the screen, I still left her at 70 out of 80, although she has grown on me. If you've seen my older videos, I still hated on her, and I want to be very fair here. I don't hate her as a character, and I've said this many times before. I don't hate her as a character or as a storyline. I just hated the fact that I actually spent money to get her because in the end, she is just a healer. Now, she is a good healer and a good hydro applicator, which is my last review of her. But since then, she has grown on me a little bit, and I will say, after rebuilding her with the Clam Set does make her better. And overall, because of the new meta in the game with corrosion and like the rift hounds and all that stuff, it just makes it so that she is more useful. So just want to be fair here. I still did not like the fact that I paid for her because she is just a healer, but I am okay with the fact that now at least they made her more useful. Okay, so I've left her at 70 out of 80. I kept her this way, although I could have considered making her 80 out of 90. Like many of my other 5 stars, for example, like these characters, or I brought them to 90 out of 90 as well. Like there are still some many that I left at 80 out of 90, even like Xiao and like Shenhe and like Keqing, for example, right? And even about Albedo, but that's for a different story. So I could have made her that, but right now I'm just leaving her at 70 out of 80, and that's more equivalent to how I left, for example, my 4-star characters, like these ones. So the last ones that you saw at the end there, those are just ones I'm not using and not leveling up, so that's why they're really low. All right, so back to this. So these are her stats currently. I try my best to avoid getting any crit stats, obviously, because they're wasted on her, but you know, it's inevitable that you'll get some eventually. Yeah, so anyway, focus on healing bonus, of course. And in this case, there's just the incoming healing because I have Child in this team because she's a support for Hydro, so that's the only reason. And of course, Hydro damage, and I'll show you the artifacts afterwards. For weapon, I've actually still kept her using the Thrilling Tales because she, for me, is a complete support character, and by swapping out of her, I give the bonus of 48% to the next character, which would in this case would be Child. Now, other pieces that are good for her would be actually, I've seen some people do some really interesting things with Hakushin Ring. I wouldn't say that this is her best, but I would say that it's very interesting if you team her up for like a taser team or an electro team, basically. But I haven't leveled this up yet. But for those of you who have saw my last or latest live streams last week, I was trying to collect all the prototypes, weapons or craftables, not all of them, but most of them. And there's a reason. And I actually feel like this weapon could work on Yae Miko coming in 2.5. Maybe. We're not sure yet. Let's just wait and see. I'm not leveling it up yet. But anyway, a different story. So other things that could work for Kokomi, I would not recommend like Lost Prayers, because obviously it has crit rate on there. Dodoko Tales is not really her thing, because I don't really think that most people use her to attack. I mean, you could, but yeah, this is for charge attacks. Similar, Solar Pearl is not useful for her. Sacrificial Fragments is best for Sucrose, not necessarily good for Kokomi. Wood Sith is again, it's crit damage, you would skip that one. Mapamare, maybe. Like these Elemental Mastery ones are maybe. And then like Favonius Codex is definitely universal. Again, we talked about Hakushin Ring. It may have certain uses depending on your team composition. Frostbearer may have some use for her. I'm not sure. I haven't really fully used this weapon, but I don't really think it would. But anyway, maybe. Definitely not the Black Cliff. And then there's one more weapon that I don't have yet. It's the prototype Amber. That's actually her current best in slot four-star weapon to make her more of a supporting kind of attacker. I didn't craft that one because technically it has a healing passive and it's only good for her and for Barbara, so I didn't bother crafting that one. And I've already talked about that way back when Kokomi was first released, and comparing her signature donut weapon, the Everlasting Moonglow, with the prototype Ember. So I don't have either of those weapons, and I don't plan to get them either. Um, Moving forward, and this has no leaks, but there are speculations that there will be a new free 4-star Catalyst event weapon available to us in 2.5. But once the official live stream has gone live tomorrow, we'll know a little bit more if that is true or not. That's just speculation. And the speculation is that that weapon will be Kokomi's new best in-slot 4-star weapon. So we'll stay tuned, okay? But until then, I've left her with the Thrilling Tales for now. Okay, artifact-wise, so the Clam Set was made specifically for her, so I would just show it on the screen here. But basically, the 4-piece set is basically made for her. It gives her the extra sea-dyed foam, which is like a little bubble that basically accumulates more damage after you continue to heal with her, and then it will pop and give physical damage. It doesn't say that in the passive, but it is physical damage because it's white-colored damage numbers. Okay, so you'd want to focus on a healing bonus for the circlet here, and you'd want hydro damage for the goblet here, and then for this one should be HP because she scales off of HP, and of course attack and HP here as well. And of course, if you can get substats with energy recharge and HP, that's fine. You can also give her some trashy ones like I have, such as defense and elemental mastery is kind of okay, but it was hard to, I'll be honest, it was not easy to get a 4-piece set for her, and I was farming it for like the defense and geo pieces for like for Ita, Ogoro, and Albedo. And luckily I did get enough pieces for her, so we're done with that. She's C0 for me. Talent-wise, I did level her up a little bit more, even though I said I wouldn't level her past 666. She's currently +1 because Child is on this team, but she's 6 for this because I don't use her for her normal attack. You could probably leave that at level 1. For her E and her Q, I did bring it up to 8. Depending on if you want to or not. This was way back remember when she was released, around the time when all those new characters were released with Inazuma. So I did not want to use or spend my my La Senora, weekly boss pieces on her. But now that, we've had La Senora for quite some time now, and all the characters that I want to level up, I pretty much have enough La Senora pieces for them already, or they've already been leveled up. So then now I went back and then gave her some more levels here. So that's why. Now, if you were to only focus on certain, talents, you should focus definitely on her E, because you'll end up using this more than anything, because this will just heal your team. That's the whole point. But definitely her Q is also useful, and it has some damage potential, and continues to heal the rest of the team while she's dishing out normal attacks. And then this one will just give her an increased duration for her E. This one will give her some attack bonus, and it will scale off of her gains based on her max HP, basically. Yeah, so it will scale that and increase based on her 15% of her healing bonus as well. This one is just decreases her swimming stamina. It's not really that that important. This one will just give her additional healing bonus. This is a standard one, right? And this is why she has a low crit rate. So let's just get to it, shall we? Okay. So on this team, I'm going to really just focus on Tartaglia, but I'm using her to like break the shield. She does have really good Hydra application, as you guys already know. And, obviously, her purpose is not here to like do damage. Obviously, she can't kill it, right? So let's just swap out and just be done with it. Yeah. So I didn't really buff him up completely, but he does have the 48% extra bonus. Yeah. So anyway, that was a really quick and easy thing. So of course she can't kill it on her own, obviously, but she will be able to help any other, for example, Hydra character or any other reaction-based situation, such as I have Rerun on this team. I didn't use her in this demo, but you can team her up with like, Pyro characters, cryo characters, electro characters, as you wish. She actually does really well with quite a number of characters, I will say. So she's like a Mona situation where there are many of those like permafreeze teams or those taser teams. She could be a substitute for sure, and also she has the healing as well. Very important for the Abyss now that they've made it very clear that there is going to be corrosion here and there. The current Abyss, I haven't done it yet for this current cycle. I will be doing that soon, so stay tuned. Anyway, I will leave it there and keep it short, and I hope you'll watch me in the next video as well, where I will be doing some more reviews of other characters that may be rerunning in 2.5. Again, it's not official yet, but these are highly likely. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.